Sega Prize is a pretty well-known company that makes plushes that are usually found in arcades. And today we're going to be looking at one of the two Plants vs. Zombies plushes that they made. So with that said, welcome to a look at the Sega Prize Plants vs. Zombies pillow set. Let's start off with the first pillow in the set, which is the pea shooter. Now, one interesting thing about all these pillows is that they actually have a back to it, which is pretty unique because usually these printed on pillows don't have anything on the back or just have like a logo on the back that doesn't really have to do what's on the front. So this one makes it a little more unique than others. But yeah, overall, all these pillows are just the pea shooter or like any other plant or zombie just printed onto the plush. And overall, they're pretty simplistic pillows and are very cheap to make, which is why they could get damaged pretty easily. Because since these things are kind of weirdly shaped, they could get understuffed in some areas, and in some areas of this plush, it could end up getting wrinkled looking and get really damaged. Which is not a good thing about these plushes, because since they were cheaply made and not really stuffed that well, they could end up being really wrinkly over the years, which is basically the only bad thing about these plushes. But yeah, for the art itself, it's pretty good, and it's really nice that they made a back to these plushes, because it's a really unique thing that no other company does. And the pea shooter has all the correct details on it. Overall, the artwork's actually really good on this plush. And also, all these pillows in the set have a black strap on the top of them to probably just make them hang up or something like that for like displaying. But yeah, these pillows are overall really unique for having a front and back, and I would definitely recommend getting them because they're overall pretty cool and they're very common. Because you could find these on eBay or Mercari for around $20 for every single one in the set. But now let's move on to the next pillow in the set, which is the sunflower. Now once again, it has the same problems as the pea shooter with it being understuffed over the years, but this one's actually a little better because it has a better shape to it, but the bottom of it could still get wrinkled over the years. But yeah, the artwork on the sunflower is actually pretty weird because for some reason they have a lot of petals on it, and I don't think it's really supposed to have this many petals, especially the shape of it. But one thing that's even weirder is that on the back of the plush, for some reason there's like green petals on the back of it, which is overall really weird detail that does not need to be there. Because the yellow petals are normal, there is a lot of them, but they're kind of supposed to be like that, but the green ones are just really not meant to be there at all. It's really inaccurate to how it's actually supposed to look with the green petals. So I don't know why they made it look like it had green petals. I don't know if that's just the head or something, but either way, it's not accurate. But yeah, besides that, this plush is pretty good, and you can find it on eBay or Mercari for around $20. And now let's move on to the zombies in the set, starting off with the basic zombie. Now the zombie has the same problem as pea shooter with it getting understuffed over the years, especially in like the middle part of the plush, so that could get really understuffed and really wrinkled looking over the years. But besides that, this plush is actually really good. All the details on the zombie are very good and very accurate to how they're supposed to be, and they overall look really good. The legs aren't fully accurate though because they're both facing that way, even though one leg's only supposed to be facing that way, but besides that, they're overall really good, and it's really cool to see a plush like this. Because with plushes, you really don't see how detailed they could be, but with this like printed on pillow set, you can actually see how good the plushes look, and they're overall really nice. It's also pretty cool to see the back of the zombie because it's overall really detailed, and they added a lot of extra details to it, and they did a great job with the artwork on it. But yeah, you could once again find this one on eBay or Mercari for around $20 to $30. And now let's move on to the next pillow, which is the Disco Zombie. Now this is actually one of two plushes that are based off this design of the Disco Zombie. So yeah, this makes this plush a little more unique, and this is also a lot more accurate because, well, this is this print on, so it's overall just a lot more accurate. And all the details on it look really good, and they did a great job printing out the glasses because, well, they made it look very clear so you could kind of see like the white on the eyes, but also with the pink, and I think they did a great job making that look very detailed. The only really bad thing about this plush is that for some reason in the middle of the hair there's just like a line there for some reason, which isn't meant to be there on any piece of artwork that I've seen, so I don't know why it's there, but besides that, this plush is actually really good and really accurate looking. But the legs are messed up again because, well, they're both supposed to be facing straight, but besides that, it's overall really good, and the back of it looks really nice as well. But yeah, this one's actually a little more expensive in this set, so you can still find it on eBay and Mercari pretty easily, but this one will sell for around $35. And now let's move on to probably the rarest plush in the whole set, being the football zombie. Now, probably the worst part about this pillow is that near like the knees, it could get really easily creased because, well, since like the upper half of it's so big, it could easily just crush down on the bottom half and get overall really damaged and creased over the years. Which is obviously not something you want about this plush because it'll overall look really weird looking. So yeah, if you do get this plush, I'd be careful with that and try to make it stand up over the years so it doesn't get all damaged looking. But yeah, besides that part of the plush being very easily damageable, this one basically has no inaccuracies on the artwork that I could see, and his overall looks pretty good. And the legs are actually facing the right direction on this plush, unlike the Disco Zombie and the Basic Zombie, so yeah, that's another improvement from this plush. And I'm also really glad they made a football zombie, because the only other football zombie plush that was made was one by Royal, but that one was never officially released and is only a prototype. So this is the only football zombie plush except for like the Mexican bootleg one. So yeah, if you want an official Plants vs. Zombies football zombie plush, this is the only one you could get. So yeah, it's pretty cool that they made this one. I'm kind of glad they did, because well, it's the only one that you could get. But yeah, the back of it looks pretty good as well, and it also has like a little nice wrinkle on like the shirt to add just a bit more detail on it. But yeah, this one is the rarest in the set. I've seen it the least amount of times. It'll sell for around the same as the Disco Zombie, but it shows up very rarely from what I've seen. And now let's move on to the final plush of this set, which is the Yeti Zombie. Now this one probably has to be the most accurate in the whole set, because it overall just looks really good and has all the correct details on it. Also, this plush can't really get understuffed because it's basically all the same size on each side of the plush, so yeah, it overall holds up really well over the years, unlike others in the set. And I like how on some parts of the fur they added like extra definition like to the middle of the chest and on the knees to make it like more detailed, so you can see like extra slightly details on it, which is overall a really cool thing for them to add. And overall, this artwork of the Yeti Zombie is great and looks basically accurate to all how it's supposed to be. And the back of it has all the correct details on it, and once again has extra definition on the sides of it to make it look more detailed. But yeah, just like the football zombie, it shows up a lot less than others in this set. For some reason, you can still get it for like $35 around there. So yeah, which plush is your favorite? Mine's probably the Disco Zombie, but comment down below yours, and yeah, have a great day.